about your decision to make a direct contrast with Governor Huckabee on immigration?
You know, I think you described that well, which is we're getting very close now to the time when people will make up their minds. I think Governor Huckabee was desperately hoping people wouldn't look at his record or his positions. He's a great guy. We agree on a lot of things. We're both pro-life. We're both traditional marriage. But his view on illegal immigration is very different than mine. He continues to defend giving in-state tuition breaks to illegal aliens. I vetoed a bill that would do the same thing. He's in favor of giving scholarships to illegal aliens. I think that's a very bad idea. And there are places where we disagree. Perhaps one of the greatest disagreements is with regards to pardons and commutations. I read he gave over 1,000 pardons and commutations. The number I gave as governor was 0. My view is if a jury of one's peers decide that someone should go to jail for committing a crime, I'm not going to step in as the governor and say, I know better than everybody else. And then, of course, there's taxing and spending. He took spending in Arkansas from $6.7 billion to $16 billion. I mean, that's just unheard of. And raised taxes, of course, by about $500 million. So we've got very different records, very different views, and in the short time we have, it's important to point out differences between us. He's emerged from sort of back in the pack, and now people are going to get a good chance to see us all, and wish him well in the process.
On a national level, he's certainly beginning to get some scrutiny. Here in Iowa, though, there's very little of that. Was that one of the things that prodded you towards it? There just hasn't been in the Iowa media and the Iowa press all that much scrutiny of his record.
Pretty fair characterization. It's such a short period of time between now and the caucuses that I think it's important for people to understand where we are on the issues, and some people will agree with him more than they agree with me. As you've seen in the ad, it's a very fair and balanced and positive ad for both of us. We both look good. There's no characterization of one being bad, the other being good. Instead, it's just shows our respective positions.
2 more quick questions. In the week or so since you've, or a little bit less than a week since you've delivered your speech on religion, is there anything about the reactions to it that have surprised you, or any particular reaction that you found particularly interesting?
I was very encouraged by the reaction, I must admit. Overwhelmingly positive reactions. I think people really responded to the recognition that this is a pluralistic religious society, that we welcome people of different faiths, that we don't insist that all people have the same religion, that in fact we choose our leaders not based on the religion they have. We don't reject people based on their faith or elect them based on their faith. I've gotten a very positive series of comments in that regard. There are a couple things people pointed out. Why didn't I mention non-believers? Well, I thought that was assumed within the general purview of faith, but that doesn't bother me. And a couple of other things mentioned, small points, but overwhelmingly the response has been positive, and that's been heartening, because I do want to underscore the religious tolerance and diversity that's a key part of our society.
What is your closing argument here in Iowa?
You'll have to wait and see. That may develop as time goes on, because it's going to be my guess is a turbulent time as people rise and fall in polls and issues come and go. It's the sort of thing you've got to be agile, be able to respond to.
Yes. Thank you very much, Governor.